Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Ria. So I hope you guys are all doing really well, staying home, staying safe. So let's get on to it. So I just want to point out a few things about my channel. I'm sure my channel is kind of random in my topics, maybe because I want things to be light, not always heavy. So because I'm an otaku, I want things to be like otaku sometimes I go for Harry Potter, but then sometimes there are situations where I get peeved, because the one thing I can't stand is when people, influencers, start to be hypocrites and try to ruin another person's career and try to gaslight and victimize and almost being two-faced and having double standards in a way. I get peeved at those kind of people, and when I see people who does that, I'm just like, nope, no go. I have to call that person out. And so far I have only talked about 2 people in my channel which has done a lot of serious damage. I can't say, no, not really serious damage, but in a way it's kind of damaging, depending on the person, because I'm just going to say this briefly about, you already know about the Shallon situation. So why I talk about it, because her content is quite damaging, a bad example for her younger audience, and at most it can be triggering for people who have mental health, suicidal thoughts, people who have BDP, bipolar, or people who have suicidal thoughts, like basically anyone who has mental health. Okay, and the way she talks about people who are going through mental health is quite triggering for those people. And people think that depression is just depression. No, depression that we're talking about is chronic depression or clinical depression. They're 2 different things. Please do not mix those 2 up. And the most, some people will have panic attack, anxiety attack, and because people like Shallon say those kind of words so rude, so demeaning, it will trigger them. It's not like they want to. It's not like they can control it. It just happened. And Shallon, pretty much, if it's okay if it's happened to her, she moan or victimize in a way, saying she wants sympathy, whatever, and then when it happens to someone else, doesn't care. Tell them to fucking get over it. Sorry about the cussing, but that's one reason why I call her out, and along with many other YouTubers, is because of how her content, her channel, set a bad example for her audience, which leads to a cycle, a toxic cycle, a hatred cycle for both genders. So with Jeffree Star, same thing. He's reigniting the whole James Charles situation. James Charles and Tati want to move on. Tati has apologized publicly and behind closed doors to James, and they both tried to move on. But the only person who's trying to reignite this drama, even though Jeffree could have just said nothing about it when he was asked, he could just say nothing, just move on to another question. He could have done that, but no, he has to go into details. Why? And apparently he was like from some drama channels like Angelica Oz. She put out good point. I have watched her videos about Jeffree Star, and it's quite hypocrite, and the fact that is double standard. He was saying why no one reached out to him in regards to the situation or asked him for the truth. Well, considering that he has blocked a lot of the drama channels. Of course no one is able to talk about it. You're trying to control the situation. That's quite manipulative of you. You want things to go the way, in your way. You want things to go your way, not in an unbiased way. So, how can we trust a person who does that? And I don't care what he said, because he said this and she said this. I don't care about all of those. I care about the truth. And what I'm seeing here, Jeffree Star is pretty shady. He's acting really shady in the whole podcast interview. And I'm just like, no. I have to say this. Before I like his videos. I like watching his videos. But after a while, I noticed all this drama he's getting into. Sometimes he himself inserted himself into this drama. He could have been drama free if he did not insert himself into these dramas. And he wants his life to be drama free. Girl, if you want your life to be drama free, stop inserting yourself into all these dramas that is happening. Stay on your own lane. I'm sorry, I just want to say it out. I'm just like want to let you guys know why I'm talking about this. Why I don't care what people say here, because I value truth. And when I see someone who is doing something like this, double standard, hypocrite, all of that, it infuriates me. Probably because I have people done that to me, try to gaslight me, try to put all the blame on me. I have a bunch of narcissists who did that to me. I don't know why, but I don't know why I'm attracting narcissists before, but I'm like, nope, stay on your own lane. And the thing is, because I've been through it, I don't want other people to go through it, and I'm pissed when I see people doing this. And when I see people doing this, I want to, state the truth. Call people out if I have to. And I don't really say it like the whole thing, because I don't know Jeffree Star, but what he said about the podcast interview, I have something to say about that. And I don't know James Charles, and just bear warning, I'm not a fan of James Charles. I find his voice really annoying. I don't watch his videos, but the situation is that it is wrong for a grown man to try to ruin someone who's starting out as an adult, trying to find his career. And that is what James is trying to do. He was 19 and he's trying to start out his career, moving forward to adult life. And then you try to insulate this allegation, continue to insulate this allegation that James Charles is a predator. I don't know if that is true or not, but I am not going to make an assumption that is true. All I know is that the truth will come out. And if you don't have the receipts to back up what you say, I won't believe it. I won't trust the word. It's why I always say, trust the truth. Truth will always come out. It's why sometimes it's best to not take sides. And I said in my previous video, it's one of Tati to put up the 40-minute Bye Sister video. And she's actually taken responsibility and actually address it, put that video down and apologize to James, which I say is good for her. But yeah, I just don't see any growth from Jeffree Star here compared to James Charles. I don't really follow those two like really intensely, but I have noticed like this and there on YouTube when I was given like these feeds notification from people talking about it. I do notice, but I'm not into depth with it. But in regards to Jeffree Star relation to Delvey Vanity, if that's how you say it. Jeffree, you are two-faced. Because from what I gather is that one moment you were saying he is disgusted by Delvey Vanity for what he did, etc., on his tweet many years ago. I don't know how long, maybe 10 years ago. And then suddenly you were supporting him, and then you're like back to no. Which is it? Which is it, Jeffree? If you are going to tell someone the truth, stick to that story. Because if you keep on telling a different story each time on your tweets, you are not transparent there. You're showing us what kind of person you are. And I don't see a truthful person. Because if you can't keep up with the stories that you first told, yeah, I can tell that you're lying. You're not honest at all. Majority of people who are honest tend to stick to the same story, same storyline. Narratives never change. But yeah, that's how I see it. I'm sorry if this become a rant video, but I feel like this needs to be said. I think in the future channel, I do hope to avoid making these kind of videos, but sometimes when people piss me off, I just had to let it out. And my experience that it's not good to keep it all in. And at most, I just want some justice in this world. And I'm tired of seeing people like Jeffree, Shallon, Lester, Nicocado Avocado, Trisha Paytas getting away with a lot of things. No. I don't care if he's a billionaire. I don't care about that. I don't care about status. I don't care about the money. No, I don't care about those. All I care about is someone who has strong moral, who's actually being genuinely honest. It's why I do not follow a lot of people on YouTube. I don't. And the thing is, I noticed that social media is a toxic platform. Whether it's TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, you name it. You know this, it's quite toxic. And once people got a glimpse or a feel of this celebrity status or influential status, they changed. If you don't believe me, here's an example. Jacqueline Hill. She was a good girl, and then she went downhill. Yeah, she's one of the example. And I'm sure there was a lot of others. But for now, all I can say is that I just hope this toxicity cycle will end, but that is just a hopeful thinking for me. I know it won't, but one can be hopeful. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, stay safe, stay indoors.